Okay, we're starting. Let's hit it. The class is just been recorded. And I don't know, I'm waiting for some of your partners to join, but we need to be punctual. So let's just start this activity on Kahoot about interesting facts about countries around the world. Um, So why are we learning this? Well, it's just a warm up to continue talking about traveling, yeah, directions, and vocabulary related to touristing, yeah. So good. Please join us here. Scan the code. I give you the link if you need it. I will give it to you in the on the chat. All right. Okay, we're just waiting for Samantha. Okay, excellent. Let's start. Samantha, can you help me read the sentence?
In this country, it's legal that people get married with a dog.
Yeah, in this country you can marry a dog. India. You know, there are countries where they have laws that blow your mind. Crazy laws. So India is very famous because of the food, yeah, the sometimes unhealthy food, yeah, or well, you know, why do you think this is so crazy, no? Well, the thing is that remember that in India, animals are sacred and they believe a lot in reincarnation. Do you know what reincarnation is? Reencarnación. Have you ever heard about it?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So yeah, so for them, if you marry a dog, it's okay because well, that could be your a person that lived in the previous life. Yeah. So well, there you go. You can marry a dog and you can marry some animals. For example, in India, they don't eat cows and they don't eat some animals because they are sacred. Sacred means sagrado, yeah? So, okay, crazy. What other curiosities are we going to learn? In this country, they bury to the dead in the garden of their houses. Yeah? Bury, do you understand what bury means in the bury? Paola, Samantha, do you understand the verb bury?
I think it's enterrar.
Yes. So you can do it in your garden if you wish. Is Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica. Okay, Samantha got this right. Okay. These countries they hire producer of diamonds. But that's not a country. What the hell? Okay, so you're going right. It's Morocco. Africa is a continent. I think maybe they mean South Africa, but this is a mistake from the game. Yeah, maybe Morocco, South Africa, DRC, the Congo Republic. Um, yeah, but it's very sad because Africa, some countries are very poor, and diamonds are like, super expensive, and they exploit children. They pay a misery, or sometimes there's something that is called diamonds of blood. Have you ever heard about this expression, girls? Diamonds of blood. What is that?
I don't know.
Okay, so diamonds of blood, it means that criminals kill people to get the diamonds and then they sell them. So sometimes you don't know where the diamonds come from when you go to the jewelry is la joyería, yeah, jewelry. And if they don't have a certificate, you don't know where these diamonds come from. So they could be diamonds of blood. Yeah, si no tienes como la certificado. Yeah. So that's why it's really cruel and it's really sad because there's still a lot of suffering and killing. There's murder because of the diamonds. Not all the diamonds. As I told you, just if they don't have the certificate, they probably are diamonds of blood. Yeah, diamonds of blood. Yeah. So, yes, people suffer a lot because these countries are very violent and poor. So people would do anything just to get diamonds, and that means there is crime. Okay, let's continue. That's another interesting piece of information. Okay, so Guyana displays the Indian prepare alcohol with human ashes. Okay. Um, yeah, actually, it's not Indian. This is incorrect too. Yeah, they are natives from Guyana, and they have some beliefs, just like Mayans, for example, or Aztecs. I don't know if you ever heard about the Aztecs, los Aztecas. They got the heart of their like they would open their chest. They would take the beating heart. Entonces solían tomar así el corazón de los guerreros, right? Because they thought that eating that blood would make them very powerful. All right, so far we have creepy information, but not everything is creepy. This country is called the country of bicycles. Italy, Colombia, Holland, France. What do you think is the correct one? Holland. Holland is actually not correct, you know. It's better to say the Netherlands. Do you know what country is the Netherlands or Holland? Do you know this country? The Netherlands or Holland? Do you know, girls, the this country?
Yes, yes, I know.
Oh man, yeah, it's super beautiful. So peaceful. It's very liberal country too, but they have like a balance and they have a very good life here. And they have beautiful landscapes with the tulips, no? Los tulipanes, the tulips, the tulip fields, the windmills, and the farms. And this is even more interesting because in the Netherlands, there are more bicycles than people. This, I'm sure you didn't know that. In this country, there are more bicycles than people. Okay, let's continue. What is this? In this country, it's not allowed smoking. It's not allowed to smoke in the street, right? What do you think? Tokyo. Okay, this makes sense because smoking is very polluting. Yeah? It contaminates the air. It's annoying, you know. I don't like when people throw their smoke at me. No me gusta cuando la gente avienta humo de cigarro a mí. Fortunately, I don't smoke. Um, but well, personally, I think it's a good thing. Yeah. Do you smoke by chance? ¿De casualidad ustedes fuman? Do you smoke?
No, we don't.
No. Okay. Thank God. Good. Yeah, with respect, but I think that it is very rude when people are disconsiderate and they just throw this smoke to you. It's so disgusting. Can you please help me, Paula, to read this sentence?
These people are recognized for their love towards the tea.
Okay, good. British people, yes, they love tea. They really do. They have the tea time, la hora del té, that can be usually any time, but the tea time is usually for lunch. And yeah, there's even the British tea. So this is very British drinking tea. All right. The most secure country in the world, Iceland. Well, it's because, oh wow, look at these policemen. They look funny in these motors. Well, you know, Iceland is so cold, so I don't think anyone would like to live there anyway. In these countries, I'm allowed to wear a mask on the street. Okay, so this is Germany. Why do you think it's not allowed to wear a mask on the street, girls? Why do you think, Paula, that why do you think in Germany you can't wear a mask?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't know either, but I could guess that it's because of terrorism. Terrorism, yeah, terrorismo, the terrorism. Um, in Germany, actually, they have many rules. One of them is like it's forbidden to the Nazi symbols, like this one, the swastika. They are forbidden. Están prohibidos los símbolos nazis, yeah, in Alemania, in Germany. So basically, they have tried too hard to erase this part of their history, ¿no? Como que han intentado borrar esa parte de su historia. So you can't be Nazi, you can't wear any or paint any Nazi um, symbols because well you go to jail. Yeah. So this you could say, okay, but a mask, why not? Well, because it's the same, you could be suspicious, and in Germany has something that Germany and the United States are the countries with the most terrorist attacks. Son de los países con más ataques terroristas. So yeah, maybe they are exaggerating, but it's it's necessary sometimes. In this country, the okay, people can't eat gum, can chum gum in the train or on the street. Singapore. Have you ever heard about Singapore? Girls, do you know anything about Singapore?
I mean, I know the country, but I don't know anything about it.
It's a very futuristic country. Yeah. Um, so this is actually one of the richest countries in the world. It's very small. And yeah, it's like just look at this architecture. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So, why do you think? Let's imagine. Why do you think they can't charm gum? Why do you think? What's the problem with that?
Maybe because of the environment.
Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, it's it's because of the environment, and I mean some people are uneducated and they throw the chewing gums everywhere, and well, this is good. I would also forbid people from chewing gum, especially because people throw trash. It makes me mad when people throw a lot of trash. Okay. What? No, this must be a lie. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Do you think this is true or do you think this is false?
I don't think so.
Rio Claro, Brazil. Like why? Why is it okay? Let me ask ChatGPT. Is it illegal to eat watermelon in some parts of Brazil? Brazil is with Z, not with S. Okay. Okay, it says this claim is likely a myth or a misunderstanding. Historically, there have been rumors about restrictions on watermelons in Brazil due to past concerns about diseases like yellow fever, but these were not based on legal prohibitions. Okay, so this is not true. This is not a good Kahoot. Rio Claro? Let me ask about Rio Claro. Yeah, this sounds ridiculous, right? So maybe you have to look out for the fake information. Yeah, there's some pieces of information that are not true. The country where most languages are spoken. Mm-hmm. I think I had heard about it. The country where most languages speak. Let's ask again ChatGPT. ChatGPT, what are the curiosities about Papua New Guinea? Okay, let's learn a little bit about this country. Have you ever heard about this strange country, girls? Do you know Papua New Guinea? Papua New Guinea, do you know?
Yeah, I think I have heard about that.
It's a paradise. Like actually, this part of the world, all these islands, they are so beautiful. This is a country that is close to Australia, and there are many people like locals, like they still keep their costumes like tribes. Yeah. So, what are the curiosities according to ChatGPT? So, it's incredible linguistic diversity. In Papua New Guinea, we have 850 different languages, making it the most linguistically diverse country on Earth. This accounts for about 12% of the world's languages. So can you imagine that in a country there are 850 countries spoken? Wow. So what are those languages? So Pishin, Hirimotu, and English are the official languages, but most people speak their local languages first. Wow. Okay, it's a land of many cultures. There are more than 1,000 distinct cultural groups, like 1,000 tribes, yeah, tribus. Unique wildlife. Kangaroos, cassowary. What the hell is a cassowary? Um, do you know cassowary? Oh, I
No,
think
I
I've seen
don't.
it on the internet. It's a dangerous bird, no? Look. Okay. What else? Rugged terrain and remote villages. Traditional lifestyle. Customary land ownership. This river and crocodile culture. Rare rituals and practices, minimal urbanization, unit currency, a country of volcanoes. Okay, enough. Let's continue. Excellent. So again, we have a weird country. The country is called the real Disneyland, and it's called Naui. Um, okay, it looks like it's an island in the middle of nowhere. Okay, Florida. Florida is not. I mean, I know that Disneyland. We know that Disneyland is in Florida. Well, it's in different states too, but the real Disneyland. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, why is Nini the called the real Disneyland? Is it true? Niue, a small Pacific island nation, has been referred to the real. Okay, this is true. This is true, girls. Because of its natural beauty, unique experiences, and unspoiled environment that offer a magical charm akin to enchantment of Disneyland. However, this nickname is used more metaphorically than literally, emphasizing the island's pristine and adventurous appeal rather than it being theme park. Here's why it is gained its nickname. Okay, it's because it's very beautiful. Okay, but it doesn't look like Disneyland to me. Right? It's beautiful, but it's not doesn't look like Disneyland. Do you like it? Or do you prefer cold countries, mountains? What do you prefer, girls? Do you prefer the beach, hot, or do you prefer cold and mountains?
I prefer the beach.
Mm-hmm. And you, Paula?
Me, me too. I prefer the hot weather.
Yes. Yeah, because when you go to very cold countries like Canada or in some countries in Europe, woof. Some people say, no, I like cold weather. I hate when it's so hot. But they have never been to Canada. They have never been to Poland, to Russia. That's real cold weather. Yeah, come on, this is a paradise. If you give me this or just the North Pole, well, I prefer this, right? But I personally love forests like the French Alps. They obviously the Swiss Alps, los Alpes suizos también. The French Alps are so beautiful. This is like the borderline between Spain and France. Like if you go from Spain to France, you can cross like all these mountains, the Alps, and it's amazing. Like it really makes you cry of because it's so beautiful. Like I have never seen such a beautiful place. And well, obviously the Swiss Alps, um, right there. I've never been to the Swiss Alps, but it looks beautiful too. Well, this is artificial intelligence, but mhm, I need to visit the Swiss Alps. Okay, let's continue. We're almost there. This is fun. In this country, there is a village with the longest name in the world. That is like Javire Pugi Geruge Queen Trobo Alulandus Gewogogogoch. Well, and the language, yes, is Welsh. And this is in Wales, in the UK. Yeah, maybe you thought this was Africa. No, this is in the UK. Let's watch on YouTube how you pronounce these things. Wales. Okay, look.
Now today we had a big contrast in temperature across the UK, just 12 degrees over coastal parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, gallwch go Drobwch, Llantysilio go. The temperature Drobwch, Llantysilio go. Pwllgwyn, gallwch go Drobwch,
Look,
the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn.
listen to this.
Just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, gallwch go Drobwch, Llantysilio go.
Go. That's the only thing I understood.
Llanfair Pwllgwyn Gilgogar yn Quirndrop o Landys Ilo Goch. Llanfair Pwllgwyn Gilgogar yn Quirndrop o Landys Ilo Goch.
Llanfair
Pwllgwyngyll go Gerich Chwyndrobwll Llantysilio Goch.
It's a small town in northern Wales. It's also the longest town name in Europe, with 58 letters. There are literally 4 L's next to each other. Right there. What is with this name?
Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll go Gerich Chwyndrobwll Llantysilio Goch is not the original name of the village.
You've got to be kidding.
Alan, help us break this name down.
The name means places within the village. You've got the Church Mary in the hollow of the White Hazel near to the rapid whirlpools and the Church of Tysilio and the Red Caves.
It might be the greatest PR stunt of the mid-1800s. I don't know, even of today. After all, we're here. Here in Llanfair.
Okay, there you go. Can you say this name? That's homework. That's for homework. Okay, this country is recognized for his passion about soccer. Easy, right? Brazil. Okay, so Samantha was first this time. Okay, we're going to continue with our class. So yesterday we learned some vocabulary in order to ask for help or directions to go from one place to other. We also check questions asked by a migration officer at passport control. Yeah. So, right, we saw like some questions that someone could ask, right? For example, the immigration officer asked, "May I have your passport, please? What is the purpose of your visit to Canada? How long do you intend to stay in Canada? Do you already have accommodations arranged for the duration of your stay?" So these are some of the questions that you can expect when you travel to the United States or when you go to the UK or to any other country in Europe. But we have to make the difference between straightforward. Straightforward is como directo, ¿no? Una pregunta directa, direct question when you're straightforward and frank and just you want to say ask something fast. And then you have another kind of question that is indirect, is the indirect questions. So we're going to see the difference between straightforward, direct questions versus indirect questions. Yeah. Have you ever heard anything about indirect questions? ¿Han escuchado hablar de las preguntas indirectas, indirect questions in English? Do you know what it is? Paula, Samantha, do you have an idea?
Preguntas directas e indirectas.
Yes, do you know what it means?
Yeah, I mean, a direct question is when it has no filter, and the other one has like a filter. Do I
Okay.
explain myself?
Okay, so yes, a direct or direct question. Yeah, when you say, what is your name? So, Samantha, how do you think we could make this an indirect question or indirect question? Both are correct. How could we make it indirect? Do you remember or you don't understand? I mean, I
I
just want
mean,
to know if you ever learned this topic.
I wouldn't know how to become this an indirect question.
Okay, so you told me something about filter, yeah? When you ask a direct question, they are usually straightforward, they're direct, they're frank. When you ask an indirect question, the purpose is to be polite, yeah? You want to be polite because maybe you work and you want to give good attention, you want to show some more respect, yeah? So if I have this question and someone asks me, hey, what's your name? What is your name? Okay, depending on the situation, especially if this person is a stranger, so I wouldn't know if I can answer the person, yeah, because it's a stranger and you're asking me my name. So some people they prefer to use an indirect question. The indirect question is, for example, instead of asking you, hey, what's your name? What's your name? What is your name? Okay, so I ask you, could you tell me? Could you tell me? Or maybe like I could say, excuse me, sir. Could you tell me? I'm going to show you some expressions you can use. Would you mind? Would you mind telling me? Can you tell me? I was wondering. Um, I would like to know. Yeah. Okay, so we use any of these expressions. And now I want to ask an indirect question to be more polite. So I say, instead of saying, what is your name? What's your name? I say, excuse me, sir. Um, could you tell me, what your name is? And now this becomes an indirect or indirect question. Okay. So we have this question. Simply is very okay. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. And it's direct. What's your name? But if you want to be polite, you need to say this one. Yeah. Excuse me. Could you tell me what your name is? And the difference is that you see that when I have the direct question, I say, what is? Yeah. But in the indirect question, I say what your name is. I don't say, could you tell me what is your name? I say, could you tell me what your name is? Yeah. So I change a little bit the structure of the question. Then we have, would you mind telling me? Would you mind telling me? And is you know the meaning of would you mind? Do you understand would you mind?
Yes, it's like si te importaría.
Exactly. So very polite way. So I could say again, excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind telling me um where I could where I could find the restroom? Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind telling me where I could find the restroom? Yeah. So this way, you are being polite instead of saying, "Hey, where's the restroom?" Okay, so where can I find the restroom? You're being polite. Okay. Now you need to use this expression and you need to make the direct question, you need to make it indirect or direct indirect. Yeah. So we say, so we could ask, when does the next bus arrive? Okay. Samantha, please help me make this question indirect using can you tell me? So again, like I'd say, um, excuse me, I could say, excuse me, sir. So please help me make this indirect question. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me?
Indirect will be, excuse me, sir, can you tell me when does the next bus arrive?
Okay, but pay attention here. You need to correct this because when you use an indirect question, it's not longer a question, yeah? Can you tell me when the next bus arrives? So why do we eliminate does in the next sentence? Well, does here is necessary because again, this is the direct question. And here you have an indirect question. So the difference is that, well, here the structure is not the one of the question. It's like an affirmative sentence, yeah? Just like check the previous example. What's your name? Direct question. Could you tell me what your name is? So I live is at the end and not after what, because this is how I do it in an affirmative sentence. So here I don't I get rid of does, yes. I don't use does when I use the indirect question because um okay, where's this option? Okay, because here I need the structure of an affirmative sentence. Yeah. So I don't use does. I don't use does, the auxiliary verb here. And here I add the s, yeah, to the verb arrive. Here you don't add the s because you have does. But here you don't have it, so you need to add it. Yeah. Other example, direct question. Do you like my shoes? I don't know, random question. Indirect question. Excuse me, ma'am. I was wondering, es como me preguntaba, ¿no? I was wondering if you like my shoes, yeah? Or instead of if, you can use whether. I was wondering whether or if you like my shoes. And here you don't use the question mark because you're saying I was wondering, and I was wondering is not a question. You use the structure of a sentence, yeah? So you're saying, me preguntaba si le gustan mis zapatos, yeah? So structure, like a question. Here is structure as an affirmation. Okay, now you, Paola, I'm going to give you other question that we had in the conversation yesterday. Is let's check. One moment, please. Okay. How long do you intend to stay in Canada? Paola, if you understand the topic, can you help me to make this question indirect? And let's say, I would like to know. Excuse me, sir. I would like to know.
Excuse me, sir. I would like to know uh, how long you intend to stay in Canada?
Perfect. You understood. You're very smart. I mean, both girls. You understand the topics very fast. Okay, I would like to know how long you intend to stay in Canada. So you eliminate do because you don't need the question because indirect questions are not longer question structure. Okay. Samantha, next try. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Have you ever visited Canada? Is direct. Have you ever visited Canada? Can you please make it indirect? Excuse me,
Um,
ma'am. And you can
excuse
also
me,
use
ma'am. Have you ever visited Canada?
let's make it indirect. And we're going to use, can you tell me what is the problem? Here you have WH question in the previous, but here you don't have. So what do we do when we don't have a WH question? Well, we need to use if or whether. So, excuse me, ma'am, can you tell me if, whether? Please continue. Please, Samantha. Excuse me, ma'am. Tell me
Excuse
if,
me, can you tell me if you ever visit Canada?
you ever, okay, if you have
If
ever
you have ever visited Canada.
Canada. Good. In this case, we don't eliminate have, but we just change the order. In this case, this is the most important thing. You don't say if have you, because here you say have you. Here, instead of saying have you, you say if you have. If you have. Affirmation, question. This is the thing, yes? When you have do and did, for example, let's check an example in past. Um, did you eat sushi? Did you eat sushi? Excuse me. Can you tell me if you ate sushi? This is direct, this is indirect. Here you use did because you need it, and here you don't need it because it's an indirect question, but the verb is in past, like an affirmative past sentence. Yeah. Do you have any questions about this topic, girls?
No, it's okay.
Good. We just need to practice. Sorry, Paula. Do you have questions?
No, I don't have.
Okay. So, very important class. It's good that we recorded for your partners. I hope they join us tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to exercise this topic and use it in a more real context. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, girls. Have a good night. Goodbye.